Hi everyone, my name is Mandar Gogle. I'm a product manager for UXI, and in this video, we are going to look at UXI's onboarding API. So, with the help of onboarding APIs, one can onboard a bunch of sensors or an agents. You can assign service tests and networks to the sensors or groups. You can also create groups, like new groups and all that, like hierarchical groups. Or you can list the sensors and agents. Also, you can list the service tests. So we have a beautiful help article which explains what the onboarding APIs are. So let's begin. And before we begin, we have onboarding API prerequisite. So in order to use this feature, you must be on the GreenLake Cloud platform. And if you're not, please follow the steps or contact us via support. And you should have new group-based configuration before you begin. So once you have this, let's begin the configuration. So this is my GreenLake account where I can go to manage workspace in order to create API key. So I can create my API key here in the personal API clients. So I can name it as my personal UXI API client. Then I will select a service as UXI, and then I'll create an API client for UXI. And I'll copy the client ID and client secret in my safe location in the notes. Once you create this, you have to generate access token. So in order to generate access token, you will go to the personal API clients where you just created this, and then generate access token by by just putting the client secret again, and it will create an access token again. So once you generate an access token, you can now begin by calling the APIs. So you can use many different tools like Postman, Swagger. We do have API YAML file where you can download it from here. So you can download the API file by just clicking on this link. Or we have a developer tool where you can go to Aruba developer.arubanetworks.com and you can go to the UXI guides, and we have API reference. So you can put your bearer token and you can begin with the API calls. So we have several APIs here. So just for simplicity and the demo purpose, let me open the Postman and let me have my first call. So I have the bearer token already inserted here, and I have this sensors get request, which will basically list out all of my sensors. So once I do that, it will call out all my sensors in my account, and it will list it in the JSON file. So I have this all my sensors. I can also list service tests as well, like how many service tests are configured, like Microsoft Online, Salesforce, Intercom, and all that. Also, you can do a lot of other things. So you can onboard your sensors, you can create groups, you can assign the sensors to the groups, you can also assign a network to the group, and all that. For more advanced things, we also have some use cases covered in our help articles. So if you go back to our help article, we also have few onboarding API examples, like assign a sensor to a new group or assign a sensor to an existing group or export sensor and group assignments to a CSV, an example of how to use the onboarding API by using export inventory CSV. So yeah, that's all from my side for the onboarding APIs. Thank you for listening in.